Hello guys, Admiral Black here, and we got some new Pokemon. I know these guys came out a few days ago, but I wanted to share my thoughts, my opinions on these new Pokemon. So, right off the bat, let's see, the first one we have is Wimpod, and he is a bug and water. He is the Turntail Pokemon. His height is 1 foot 8 inches, which is, it's not too big, and his weight is 26 pounds. He has the ability Wimpod have a cowardly nature and are wary of noise and sudden movements. They sound like real bitches to me. If you approach them in groups, they immediately run off. When Wimpod feel threatened, they spit out a poisonous liquid. The stench of this toxic fluid signals others that danger is near. Despite their extreme cowardice, their curiosity leads Wimpod to approach people and Pokemon that are standing still. Wimpod eat and store anything that they find falling on the ground. They also scavenge any garbage that has been dropped in the sea. So they're highly valued as cleaners. They sometimes carry pearls and other valuable objects, so humans or Pokemon like Marowak may target them. Wimpod has the new Wimpod ability, an ability other Pokemon has had before. We have a lot of those new abilities coming this region. And it says with the Wimpod ability, if this Pokemon's HP drops below half in battle, it will run away and swap out with other Pokemon. To me, that's kind of like a blessing and a curse at the same time, because it is convenient to be able to switch out during battle, but I feel like if you have the advantage and your opponent just happens to get like a critical or a good hit and then you're forced out of battle, I feel like it's kind of like an inconvenience as well, because it can kind of mess up the whole dynamic of your team and what you have going on. The next thing we have is Bounsweet, and it looks like a pure grass type Pokemon. Let's see what we have on this one. It says that this one is the fruit Pokemon. Oh, so it's a fruit. Okay, and it's one foot 7 pounds, so it's not too big, and it has Leaf Guard and Oblivious as its abilities. Because it exudes a delicious smell from its entire body, Bounsweet is popular with Pokemon and people in the Aloha region. Bounsweet's scent has a calming effect on humans, so many people let them live inside their homes as a sort of air freshener. Unfortunately, it's sometimes swallowed whole by Pokemon drawn to its aroma. When running away from other Pokemon, Bounsweet flees danger by skipping along the ground. Since its bouncy movements doesn't convey to others that it's actually a desperate flight, no one ever comes to its aid. When attacked by enemy, it drives them off by rotting the callus on its head. The downside is how dizzy it gets afterwards. So, this guy sounds like, one, he's liked by humans, and he's in their houses. That's cool. And it's a fruit, so it seems like it has a lot of predators, a lot of things that go after it. So I'm thinking that it has to have an evolution. I mean, I think it's gonna be like one of those 3-stage evolutions, so it's gonna have like 2 stages afterwards. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, because right now it doesn't look very threatening at all. It honestly doesn't sound like it's gonna be very strong or useful at all either. It's one of those that I can kind of see evolving into a fairy type. It does have that kind of fairy type feel to it, but honestly I'd prefer it just to stay pure grass, to be honest. The next thing we have is Comfey. Comfey is the Posse Picker Pokemon. It's a fairy type, and it's 4 inches? Yeah, 4 inches and 0.7 pounds. It has Flower Bell and Triage. Comfey picks up flowers and always carries them around and makes a ring of blossoms and spreads oil from its body on it, which changes the flowers so that they emit a smooth, soothing fragrance. So I'm guessing the Aloha region must smell pretty good from all these Pokemon that are excreting nice fragrances. It has a habit of giving these flower rings to those it's fond of. The aroma can soothe both itself and its allies. Comfey also helps with the treatment of people and Pokemon at Pokemon centers and hospitals, thanks to its aroma. Oh, it's kind of cool. So maybe we'll see like Nurse Joys with these guys like hanging around, or maybe like around their necks, wearing them like flower veils. When it's attacked by other Pokemon, it throws its flowers at them to create an opening, and then it either flees or strikes back. Comfey can have the new ability Triad, an ability that no other Pokemon has had before, of course, which the Triage ability, this Pokemon's restorative moves gain the highest priority in battles. Oh, that's nice. So if you use anything like Giga Drain or anything like that that's a recovery move, recover or anything like that, you get to go first, which is actually really convenient, especially like when you're battling and you have that low health, but your opponent's faster than you, and this kind of gives you a bit of an edge to kind of stay in the game. I don't think it'll be that strong necessarily. I don't see it being that strong, but you never know with these Pokemon. I also don't see it evolving. I think it's gonna be like kind of like a one stage. Mudsdale, the draft horse Pokemon. This guy is actually the one that I'm most excited for. Out of this set, everything else is kind of okay, but this one is pretty badass, and he's a ground type, pure ground type, which is nice. I'm not a big fan of whole ground rock typing. I don't like how they kind of mushed them together, but I understand that some things you just kind of have to. But I like that he's pure ground. He's 8 foot tall, which is really fucking tall, and 8 foot 2 inches, and he weighs over a ton. He's 2,028 pounds. That's over a ton, and his ability is own tempo and stamina. Mudsdale is known for its powerful body as well as its emotional fortitude, which keeps it from being agitated by anything. It never cries out, no matter what kind of trouble it's in, and it defeats its opponent with a single powerful blow. Damn. Its legs are coated with a protective mud, and the weight of this coating increases the force of its kick. One kick and a car is a pile of scrap. Damn, this guy sounds like he's going to be a powerhouse already. Mudsdale's running speed is not too swift. Okay, so he's going to lack speed. But it has an excellent power and stamina. It can carry on for 3 days and 3 nights despite dragging loads of over 10 tons. Wow, so this guy can carry a weight of 10 tons. When Mudsdale gallops in earnest, the power of each hoof club can dig a huge hole in the ground, even in asphalt. Mudsdale is forbidden to run on some of the Alola's public roads. Mudsdale can have a new stamina ability, an ability the Pokemon has before. With the stamina ability, this Pokemon's defense goes up by 1 when it's hit by an attack. My god, so every time he gets hit by an attack, his defense goes up. This guy sounds like he's Lord, this guy sounds like he's gonna be a pure powerhouse. He sounds like he's mainly like all attack and defense, no speed. But I mean, when you have the stamina ability and your defense is going up, although it doesn't say anything about special defense, so that might be the downfall. Maybe he won't have a good special defense. But even so, with the stamina ability, and it seems like he's gonna have really powerful attacks. So I think that this guy is gonna be definitely one of the strongest ones that we've seen so far, in my opinion. Let's see. The stamina ability, man, it's gonna be savage. Oh, I forgot about him. The next one we have is Mimikyu. Mimikyu, if you guys didn't know, Brickcraft actually made one of these on her channel. You can definitely check it out. I have the link down in the description below, and it's pretty cute. She teaches you how to make it, so if you're interested into that kind of thing, you should definitely go check it out. For those of you who don't know who Mimikyu is the disguise Pokemon, and he is a ghost and fairy type. He is 8 inches and 1.5 pounds, and he has the ability Disguise. What I like about him is actually that he looks like a Pikachu. Let me read his description first before I go more into that. Mimikyu lives its life completely covered in cloth and is always hidden. People believe that anyone who sees his true form from beneath the cloth will be stricken with a mysterious illness. People in the Aloha region are convinced that you may never try to peek beneath the covering. Mikyu's health fails when it's bathed in the rays of sun, so it perhaps sticks in dark places. It's rumored that the reason it covers itself with its cloth is to avoid sunlight. The risking popularity of the Pokemon-styled merchandise around 20 years ago is the reason that Mimikyu makes itself look like Pikachu. In fact, this Pokemon is dreadfully lonely and is thought it would be able to make friends with humans if it looked like Pikachu. Mimikyu was a disguise ability. The disguise ability allows it to escape from damage when an opponent's attack just one time, and then its appearance changes. So it's kind of like Substitute, its ability, but it doesn't seem like it actually takes damage. It looks like it just misses the attack and then its disguise changes. I like this Pokemon because one, it looks like Pikachu, and I think it's kind of like for the Pokemon 20th anniversary. I think they kind of made this for that, just to kind of as a throwback to Pikachu and kind of to honor Pikachu, because I mean, he's dressed like him. He's wearing merchandise from 20 years ago, which, when Pikachu was first came into the picture, for Pokemon as the mascot. So I'm liking this guy. I feel like there's more of a, I want to say more of like a cultural thing, but I don't know if that's the right word to use. I think it's more of like a traditional thing for Pokemon fans that have been following the franchise since the beginning, and I feel like he's kind of there for them, and he's very unique. I don't think he's going to evolve. I think this is it when it comes to Mimikyu. I think his design's pretty solid. I think he's just going to be a single stage Pokemon as well, so I don't see him getting an evolution. Typing's kind of weird. I see the ghost type, but I don't see the fairy type. I think maybe he would have been more of a dark type, maybe ghost and dark, maybe, or normal and ghost, maybe. I can see him being that. Unlike the next Pokemon that we have, who is Bewear. Bewear is actually the one that should be like Pokemon. I mean, he looks like a fairy, he's a pink bear, but instead he's normal and fighting. So I feel like the typing for these two should have changed, and that's the only complaint I really have. Not a big fan of Bewear. He looks kind of dumb, but that's my opinion. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that really like him. He is the strong arm Pokemon. He's 6'11", so he's really fucking tall. He's 297 pounds, and he has Fluffy and Klutz ability. When Bewear is acting in a friendly fashion, just swinging its arms around, you must never dare to approach it carelessly. It is acknowledged to be a dangerous Pokemon even within the Aloha region. You may see warning signs posting near places it resides. When Bewear grows fond of its trainer, it may show that feeling in a fond embrace, but the force of the hug is tremendous. Trainers must teach this Pokemon how to restrain their strength when showing affection. Bewear has the ability Fluffy. The Fluffy ability halves the damage taken from attacks that may make direct contact, but in return, it also doubles the damage from fire type moves. That fucking sucks. I mean, that sucks. Why would I want to like double the damage of fire type moves? But I'm not a big fan of him because he doesn't look very threatening at all. I hear he's supposed to be based on a red panda, and I can kind of see because of the tail. But I feel like maybe if they would have made him red, it might have looked like that. But I don't understand why they do the little butterfly wings on his head. He doesn't look threatening. He doesn't look like he matches his description, matches his appearance. And that's actually my biggest complaint with him. Also, in the last trailer that we were shown hyper training. Hyper training is a new mechanic that you can only use with level 100 Pokemon, and you have to use bottle caps to do it. My concern is, are the bottle caps going to be like kind of like Hearthstone status? Are they going to be kind of rare to find, or are they going to be easy to find that you can do it multiple times? I'm interested to see how that's going to work, and it looks like it's affecting your EVs this time. So it makes me kind of think that maybe they're going to get rid of super training altogether and just put hyper training to replace that. A lot of questions get raised with that, but that's exciting because I don't super train, so I mean, I don't EV train. So these kind of things are kind of nice when I'm playing a game, to be able to make my Pokemon a little stronger, to go against other people who are more competitive battlers, other people who actually do EV train their Pokemon. It helps bridge that gap, and it's kind of the same amount of work on both parts, because I mean, if you're EV training, you're doing a different type of work than if you were super training or in this case hyper training. So I'm interested to see the benefits of doing this to your Pokemon. So guys, that was the latest trailer. Those were my thoughts, my opinions. Comment below, let me know what you think. What do you think of these new Pokemon? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Do you wish that they would have done something differently? Maybe introduced a new Pokemon based on a different animal? Comment all your thoughts, all your opinions down below, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.